Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mom.
Johnny's excited. He's got leftover fried rice and pineapple chicken for lunch today.
Woohoo!
The other kids are going to be fighting him for his lunch. But Johnny's actually excited today because one of the things they get to do is take a trip over to South Hills Mall to the Asian market. I understand from Michelle that that's a really cool place to go. I've never been. I probably should check it out sometime too. I'm looking forward to hearing all about that this afternoon.
And you'll hear all about it.
Yep, I'm headed back to PT this afternoon. You have an awesome day, buddy.
You too, Mom. Bye.
Bye. I'll see you this afternoon. I'll be coming to get you after my PT appointment. It'll be me today. Should be me.
Will you be any later than normal?
Should not be.
Okay,
Look for me around 4:30. Love ya. Bye. So there's a really rich railroad history at the North Carolina Transportation Museum. They still have a roundhouse there, train roundhouse. I believe it has 18 bays. It's huge. Wonderful historic piece. Still has a working round table. But they also have this building here, which is the back shop. And when I first started going to the Transportation Museum, which was, I'm going to say the first time was in 1990, this building was not open and you could just peek in the window. And then later on years you could go inside, but it was roped off. You could just look in, you could just stand inside it at one end and look. And they've actually collected enough money now and restored it enough that they have vehicles in there and you can walk the full length of the building. Really fascinating study in lines for a photographer, but also a great historical a restoration here, saving it. This is where they used to work on and do repair work for the trains coming and going through Spencer, North Carolina. Well, they continue to work on this intersection every day, but they still have not moved the supporting power lines and box closest to the intersection back away. They have the new poles, the farther away poles in place. You can tell they're lighter in color, but I just can't even comprehend the amount of work that is to move that stuff. Eventually, I'm going to be able to get to Walmart and not have to go through a construction zone. Going in for my morning walk in the air conditioning at Walmart, and I forgot dry cat chow. You don't have to buy that about once a month, and I forgot it when I was in here the other day, so need to get that this morning. Certainly trying to avoid any puddles that there might still be out here, but most of the asphalt surface is dry this morning. Don sure has Ruby looking nice again. These crepe myrtle are really pretty, but a total no-go for our yard because they really need full sun. They will not bloom in part shade. My first fancy egg is hatching. See, now you understand why I have to walk Walmart. I need kilometers to hatch eggs. Wow, what is this? A Vulpix, but a fancy blue one. That's way cool. Sticky out there. Yeah. I think last night's forecast was for 95 for the next 5 to 7 days with barely a chance of rain. So I guess we better get used to sticky. I'm home and my dear sweet boy, he's in the driveway again. Hey buddy. Hi, how are you? Oh, what a big stretch. Hi, can I help you move off the driveway? He goes, sure, as long as you'll rub my tummy. So, Don's ready to eat his breakfast, but we have a Sev 1 internet emergency. We cannot watch our videos up on the Chromecast because we're having some sort of
yeah, really weird. Half devices in the house are working and the other half aren't.
And the ones that aren't working, you can't force them on one of the router. I mean, it just won't.
Yeah, this is I think we have a DHCP problem. So you know, it's not assigning the IP addresses correctly. The computers that are not on that I've been able to check have what I would consider invalid IP address, that they don't match the subnet mask. So I'll look at it here. I don't know what happened. I think maybe something kind of like stole some IP addresses. I'm just scratching my head, but I will fix it after I finish my breakfast.
Yeah, because so far my MacBook is one of the functioning devices, and Johnny's gaming computer is on, but Don's Chromebook wasn't on until he went through some, I don't know, gyrations to get it on. So yeah, I was gonna put some time lapses and some rain shots in yesterday's video, and I rely on Don's Chromebook to pull the video off of the card that goes in the dash cam because the MacBook won't read it, and I couldn't get the stuff off last night. So I was like, well, so much for tranquility of raindrops.
Safer.
Now that looks like a Tesla to me.
And more sustainable.
Still sort of looks like a Tesla. And what is that inside the Tesla?
Dell Automotive Systems. We don't.
I don't understand. Don watches Autoline Detroit all the time, and he says he saw that and he'd already backed it up and scrutinized it the other day, and I was like resting and almost asleep, and that came on. I was like, wait a minute, what in the world is that? Well, there's no rain on the radar, but it certainly looks like it could rain again. It's around 3, and I'm headed to my physical therapy appointment now. I didn't do a whole lot at the house today besides get caught up on YouTubes and take a nap. Yeah, that's what I did today. Cats and the hawk, they don't want to sleep past about dawn, even though it's summer vacation. So, yeah, I was up pretty early today. Right before I walked out the door, I asked Don to check the radar to see if there was any rain because it was looking kind of dark. And he said there wasn't any rain out there, but after 4 o'clock, the possibility jumped up to 30. So we really weren't expecting rain today. Well, there's just this little tiny minuscule blip of rain. Oh, I had automatic wipers on. Goodness. Well, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed while I do my PT that little tiny cell doesn't actually cause anything more than those few drops. Yeah. I think PT went okay. I'm a little more comfortable afterward than I was before, so that's a good thing. One of the other patients came in and said she had trouble parking, a young girl, and I just sort of said, well, you know, you should get a Tesla, it'll park the car for you. And then of course that led to a long discussion with lots of questions and answers about the Tesla, all pretty favorable, pretty positive, so I enjoyed that. Hey buddy.
Yeah, Mom.
How are you?
Pretty good. And I got some cool stuff from the Korean market.
Way cool. What'd you get?
Your camera was in the way.
Sorry.
I got a form of Pocky, but it's like
Turn it around so I can see it.
But it's a chocolate straw stuffed with Oreo cream.
Biscotti is how you say that. A Korean type of biscotti, okay. Cookies and cream, Oreo cookies, that looks good.
And then this sort of Korean taffy.
Alright, is that your snack? Way cool, buddy. Sounds like you enjoyed it. So they went to Shilla, S-H-I-L-L-A, Korean grocery, not to the Asian market at South Hills, which is where I just sort of had assumed that they were going. But Johnny says he has a good time. And how was that leftover Chinese food for lunch?
It was awesome and heavenly.
So the Wi-Fi's seeming better. You did what to fix it?
Yeah, well, first of all, like I said, the IP address didn't match the subnet mask that was being assigned by DHCP on the devices that I had access where I could display the IP address. And so what I was doing is basically disconnecting them from the internet and basically re-signing them back on. You know, these all these IoT type little devices, and you know, well, anyway, I did one, and then I did another one, and then I started doing the third one. I noticed the thermostat had came back online. I said, oh, and then I noticed that
the show came back on.
Show back on. So it's like, I don't know.
That was really odd what happened to us, whatever it was.
Yes, I would definitely say it's odd. So what I decided to do, since I use DDWRT, is the software running on our routers. It's open source software. I'm going to update the software on our 3 routers. But I didn't do that today because I wanted everything.
Well, we were in the middle of a problem. You said you didn't want to do an upgrade in the middle of a problem.
Right. I didn't want to change anything. But if it continues to operate smoothly here today, tomorrow, maybe, or Friday, tomorrow's kind of busy day, I will probably upgrade, and I'll upgrade the software, the DDWRT, one at a time on each of the routers. So
your last and final Father's Day gift is here. The Father's Day that keeps on giving.
Yes.
Yeah, be careful with that.
Well, it's a flat box.
Yeah, it's a very flat box.
A sheet of paper?
Maybe. He always guesses.
Oh, wow, look what I got. How cool is this? I have to get me a frame for that.
I know. It's one of the original drawings that had the sketch that had to do, I guess it was a giveaway at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
And we weren't fortunate enough to have one, but since we're Model X owners and we love our Model X, I thought I was hoping to get that one and the one we have for the Model 3 framed and put on in the garage, maybe on the wall in the garage.
You can do that.
So the framing part, you know, hey, maybe if I get up off my act by Christmas.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to me. I said if I get up off my act by Christmas, maybe I'll get them framed.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be part 2 of the gift. But for now, you have the sketch.
You did good, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're headed back out to do a Reggie Ice raid battle over at South Park close by. I'm 3 rare candies shy of getting the 3rd evolution of Beldum. Metagross. Yeah, I want Metagross and I want him bad. I can get rare candies from the raid battle. Well, we ended up waiting a little extra for a few folks to come, but we did get the raid to go off okay. I didn't catch him. I missed a bunch of balls, but I got my 3 rare candies. And Johnny had an excellent time playing with a really cute little girl. All right, here it goes. Wow, way cool. Whoops. But I got him, yes. Thank you.
Cool.
Johnny likes the animations. He likes to tap the Pokemon and see the animation. So I'm stopped here on the driveway looking at the house because there's a couple of deer in the front yard and I'm not sure where the others are. Sometimes there's as many as 7 or 8 and I don't want them to hit Ruby and I don't want to hurt them. So just kind of biding my time watching the deer. They have 8 my lilies. I just didn't have the heart to go over there and take a picture. But they have eaten my lilies and that's sort of where they're up there near my lilies right now. I didn't know they were interested in those, but I will be. No, not my lily! Not my lily! Well, that got him or her away from my lily, so that was good. Come on, buddy. Come on. Just move on into the woods, okay? I don't want to hurt you and I don't want you to hurt us.
Right now would be a good time for Tux to come and intervene. Here's double stuffed Oreo, aka our Tux cat. Hey, boo boo. Rest assured, I did not mean to spook him. He's just moving.
21 miles today. You plugging in for me tonight, buddy?
Yep.
All right. Good job.
Sounds nice.
Here's hoping it's a good one. They've almost all been good this year, just some have been excellent. I'm wanting an excellent melon this time. Yeah, I was really looking forward to all of my lilies opening up like they did last year and enjoying them, and they've even spread and doubled and everything even more this year. But the deer, they came up, you see all these little sticks in here, and they ate a good number of them. Now, I still have some they didn't eat. Next year, now that I know that they like them, because I really honestly didn't know, it'd be really easy to put, you know, some poles and some rope. It's not too hard to get them away from a little enclosed area like this. So we'll rope it off or fence it off somehow just for the period while the blooms are opening. I still have some that are pretty. They ate the tops off these perennials too. The flowering quince right here in front of me has recovered a lot, but last year they ate it almost down to the ground, so hopefully they won't do that much damage to it this year. And they don't normally come up on the asphalt, so these perennials up here are still looking good. I did though, however, we did lose this one butterfly bush, and this one isn't looking too good either. I think those super cold temperatures we had this winter. This white one though, I really like purple better, is okay, which is good.